Hello, hello. I'm just getting started, going live here on YouTube and Instagram. Here we go. Hello, hello. It's Wednesday, the day that I go live, apparently. So if we have not met, my name is Ashley DePaulis. I am a trauma and movement specialist. And today I want to talk all about strength over struggle because hello, Chrissy, good to see you. Talking about strength over struggle because many times or all the time, and this has been my experience too, the women that I work with are very devoted to doing the work, whether that's within their career or healing themselves and their body, and get so laser focused on doing that work that they're not tapping into, they're struggling through it versus tapping into the joy through the process. So that is what we're going to talk about today. This week started a mini course that I am hosting called Reignite Your Energy. And that is exactly the place that we are working to release the struggle and tap into our joy more deeply. And I wanted to share a little bit about what we're doing and why and how it can support you feeling safe and supported within your body as you move forward. Because a lot of times why we struggle through our challenges, why we struggle through life, where we feel like we can't move forward and take action in the big ways that we want to, is because we don't feel safe and supported in our body. So how can we create that safety and security? And in one regard, it is through taking action, taking opposite action, which is why this week inside of Reignite Your Energy, it is opposite day, 5 days this week. And I laid out 5 different exercises that are super easy. They likely seem very insignificant to some. And because all the time when we think about making change, we think it has to be this big thing, but it's actually when we take small steps and we make changes around things that we're already doing that builds the confidence, that also taking those small steps is sustainable, which creates more safety, security, and support within the body. And it allows bigger leaps into your future as you move forward. So that is the reason for that. But we are practicing opposite day. And so we're taking opposite action of particular exercises than we would normally take. For example, that could look like just changing up, and I'll let you know in a minute why we do this. So it's changing up, like if you're somebody who normally takes a shower in the morning, taking a shower at night and adding like a 20-second cold spritzer at the end, because that not only has an effect on the nervous system, but it also trains your mind and body that it is safe to make changes. Because usually when we make a change, there's a story or a response or reaction within the body that's like, oh no, we don't do it like this. This isn't right. This isn't okay. So we want to take these small actions like changing our shower time. And there are other ones in there. I'm just using it as an example that can instill that safety and security. Like, no, it is okay that we do this differently, and that we make these small changes, and it's safe for us to do so. So where do I want to start other than interrupting your patterns is a way to instill this safety and security. It also breaks up your rigid routines. A lot of times we don't look at our routine as very rigid, but when you're not changing it up, because the same thing isn't going to support you day in and day out. we get into this linear way of living and being that gets us locked in this like narrow focus, and then we can't see outside of ourselves. And so we really want to expand our perspective. So changing little things within your routine will help do that. You're training your mind. When you have more quote unquote control or more ability to change your thoughts and your feelings, that affects your body. And when you can come to a place of living in the body over living in the mind solely, then you're going to, anytime a challenge comes up, it's going to be a lot easier for you to navigate because you can hold uncomfortable feelings and emotions within your body and within your energy field. And I'll get to that in a second. Because typically many people avoid those uncomfortable sensations and feelings within the body. Hello, Stuart. Good to see you here too. So taking action in the opposite direction of your norm is a great place to start, to begin not only making changes in your life, but instilling that safety and security within the body. Your body will respond and react to these changes, and then it's up to you to create awareness around the responses, the stories that come up. When we become more aware of our stories, what our mind is telling us about making a change, when we become more aware of the responses that we're having within our body, whether that's feeling uncomfortable or distressed in some sort of way, or a tight chest or tight shoulders, then we can get curious about it because the body is talking to you in those moments. So when we can start paying attention to the communication of our body, then we don't have to completely shut down and turn off from the experience that we're currently having. We're able to hold those sensations and those uncomfortable feelings. That's really where we want to then, so it's taking out opposite action. Then with that opposite action, what are you becoming aware of as you make a change? And then can you hold that? Can you hold those uncomfortable feelings? That's usually where people cut off. And sometimes they cut off before this, they cut themselves off before this, this process of being able to hold the uncomfortable emotions in their body. Like sometimes it's when we initially go to make a change, it's like, nope, not going to do that. But that's where you have to have a conversation with yourself to be like, it's okay. It's that part of you, it's your inner child who doesn't feel safe. So having a conversation with that part of you, like, why don't you feel safe here? How can I make you feel safe? How about if I take this small step? Are you okay with that? So it's being an adult to your inner child versus letting your inner child dictate your whole life and not really ever making the changes that you really desire. So in taking these actions, we create and make a connection between the body mind, that it is safe to move forward, that it's safe to play, because all of this is just, you're just playing around with different things. This isn't like taking small actions isn't to say like you have to take that action forever if it doesn't work for you anymore, or if it's really not aligned with you. Like, you're just playing around. It's not as serious as you like to think that it is. So it's safe to move forward. It's safe to play, and you are supported as you make changes. You can do hard things. You've done hard things before. So easing yourself in, playing around with change can also instill that safety and support. It is the grind, the constant struggle, the linear thinking about it that keeps us mired in the stress, that keeps us mired in not feeling like ourselves. It keeps us mired in unhappiness. And one thing that I really want to share is that, a lot of times in our pain, whether it's physical or emotional, so all this stress and, not feeling like ourselves and feeling disconnected, you really lessen the impact of that pain when you can find ways to enjoy the process. And I promise you that no matter what's going on, I mean, I could share stories beyond stories of, hello, Andy, it's good to see you, of, times where shit just was not good. And I know you can do the same, but that's not the point. The point isn't whose story or who has struggled the most. It's not a contest for struggle. We're not, yes, in our human experience, we're going to be met with challenge. We're going to feel at times we're struggling through it, but really being able to bring in, hey, Bill Reed, good to see you. When you can really bring in the things that lessen or lighten the load and bring in joy, whether that's music, whether that's a conversation with a friend, instead of just being narrow focused and like everything sucks and this is stressful, then you start opening up the door to possibility for yourself and for your life. And I was reading in a book, and I loved how this was shared. That the book is called Joy on Demand, but it shared that joy holds our pain like a cast. So think about breaking your arm or your leg, and you put a cast on or get a cast put on to help you heal. Joy combined or coexisting with pain holds the pain to help you heal. So don't be afraid to experience joy at the same time you're experiencing pain. It's not one or the other, it gets to be both. And it's the avenue or a avenue on your way out of pain. And lightening the load of that pain. Because yes, we could sit in pain all day. We can connect with our pain body all day, but it's not fun. It's not a fun way to live. It's not why you're here. Anytime we experience pain, it's a messenger, and we want to receive that message as well and as expediently as we can. And it's not always a fast process. It gets faster the more that you work with it and practice with it. But you're not meant to sit in it, is the thing. So that is what I will leave you with today. If you want to hop in very last minute, I was not planning on this because I closed the doors on Monday night, but our first call for Reignite Your Energy, we have weekly calls. It's a 3-week mini course, but our first call is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain. If you want to hop in last minute, I can facilitate that for you. So just send me a DM, let me know. The link is also in my bio on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, then definitely reach out to me. And that is all for today. Bye.